The Russian Navy demonstrated its combat strength in a large-scale military exercise called Stormheld last July. One of the most notable moments was when the nuclear-powered submarine Orel of the Oscar II class, Project 949A, launched cruise missiles during a live-fire exercise, collaborating with the advanced frigate Admiral Golovko of the Admiral Golovko class, as well as the Bastion coastal defense system. In an official statement, the Russian Ministry of Defense noted that on the final day of the exercises in the Northern Fleet's area of operations, the three main forces simultaneously fired Caliber, Granite, and P-800 Onyx missiles at several maritime targets in the Barents Sea. The Oscar II-class submarine itself has been in service since the Soviet era in 1986, with the last unit joining the Russian fleet in 1994. Designed for anti-ship missions, this submarine was once considered one of the most dangerous attack submarines during the Cold War. Each unit carries up to 24 P-700 Granite cruise missiles, missiles 4 times larger than modern standard missiles and capable of reaching targets up to 500 kilometers away, particularly heavily guarded aircraft carrier groups. Each Granite missile weighs 7 tons. Due to its large size and advanced guidance system, only 3 classes of Russian warships can accommodate it: the Oscar II, the Kirov-class guided missile cruisers, and the Kuznetsov-class aircraft carriers. However, with technological advancements, Oscar II-class submarines are being replaced by the new Yasin-class submarines. In addition to being quieter thanks to the latest reactor cooling systems, these submarines carry more and more modern weaponry, up to 32 cruise missiles, including hypersonic Zircon missiles. The Storm military exercise took place from July 23rd to 27th and covered strategic areas such as the Pacific Ocean, Arctic Ocean, Baltic Sea, Caspian Sea, and Barents Sea. This large-scale operation was led directly by the Commander-in-Chief of the Russian Navy, Admiral Alexander Moiseyev. This exercise involves the full strength of Russia's 4 fleets: the Northern, Pacific, Baltic, and Caspian fleets. In total, more than 150 ships and boats, 120 fighter jets, 10 coastal missile systems, and 950 pieces of military equipment were deployed. Approximately 15,000 personnel are also participating in the exercise, marking one of Russia's largest naval power demonstrations this year. The Storm exercise not only emphasizes the offensive capabilities of the Russian Navy, but also showcases complex cross-service coordination. During the maneuvers, integration between surface ships, submarines, naval fighter jets, and coastal defense systems is carried out in various scenarios of naval combat and coastal defense. Integrated attack simulations are one of the main focuses. For example, simultaneous launches of cruise missiles from both sea and land toward multiple maritime targets are designed to simulate attacks on an enemy fleet equipped with layered defense systems. In this scenario, Caliber missiles are used for long-range precision strikes, while Granite and Onyx missiles are employed to destroy heavy targets such as aircraft carriers and destroyers. In addition, this exercise also served as a field test for the Russian Navy's latest command and control system. Real-time communication between fleets spread across various sea zones posed a challenge, but also demonstrated the readiness of Russian military technology to manage large-scale operations. The presence of the Bastion coastal missile system adds a layer of defense from land to sea. This system is capable of launching supersonic Onyx missiles to destroy enemy ships from a distance, providing protection for Russia's strategic coastlines such as the Murmansk region and the Kola Peninsula. The Storm exercise also serves as a showcase for the results of Russia's military modernization efforts over the past few years, particularly in the field of maritime technology. Despite facing economic pressures and international sanctions, Moscow continues to allocate defense budgets to update warships, weapon systems, and expand strategic capabilities in open seas and polar regions. The Admiral Golovko frigate, for example, is one of the most advanced ships in the Russian Navy. Designed to carry Caliber and Onyx missiles, as well as the future Zircon hypersonic missile, it will form the backbone of Russia's future surface fleet. Powered by domestically produced gas turbine engines, this frigate also symbolizes the resilience of Russia's defense industry against reliance on foreign technology. On the other hand, the Orel submarine from the Oscar II class, despite being an older generation vessel, still demonstrates high deterrent capability thanks to its ability to launch long-range cruise missiles and its double hull structure capable of absorbing explosion pressure. Its participation in this exercise underscores that Russia continues to rely on a combination of old and new strengths to maintain its dominance in the northern maritime region. As military activities in the Arctic region and its surroundings intensify, the Storm exercise reflects the evolving military dynamics. The sea is no longer merely a logistics route or an area for resource exploration, but has transformed into the primary strategic stage in the global power struggle. The Storm military exercises held by Russia last July confirmed that the Red Bear's maritime power remains one of the main pillars of its defense strategy. Involving the Orel nuclear-powered submarine, the advanced Admiral Golovko frigate, the Bastion coastal missile system, and the launch of Caliber, Granite, and Onyx missiles, Russia demonstrated its combat readiness in various strategic sea zones. More than just an exercise, this maneuver sends a geopolitical message. Russia is not only defending itself, but also striving to dominate the increasingly crucial northern and Arctic maritime regions in the global competitive landscape. Against the backdrop of ongoing military modernization and rising tensions with NATO, this exercise reflects Russia's increasingly aggressive and visionary defense policy direction. The world now faces a new reality: that oceans and seas are no longer tranquil domains, but strategic battlegrounds fraught with risk. Amid the melting Arctic ice and the warming global political climate, exercises like Storm serve as a warning that the race for military power has shifted from land to sea. And Russia, with its entire arsenal, aims to ensure it remains a key player on that stage.